Benny the Bunny and the Great Kite Rescue. If you've ever wanted to figure out how to build a high-performing team on the fly to tackle a sudden challenge, well, this explainer is exactly where you want to be. So I want you to think back for a second. What actually happens when a favorite toy gets stuck just totally out of reach? It's a universally relatable dilemma, right? We have all been there, whether as kids ourselves or dealing with our own kids. It's that feeling of instant, absolute panic. The helplessness of just staring up at something you literally cannot get to. Well, this exact scenario is the core conflict of our story today. And honestly, how our characters handle this sudden dilemma is what makes this material just so incredibly valuable for us to explore. Okay, let's dive into this with part 1, the kite catastrophe, or a sunny meadow emergency. Our story kicks off on a bright morning in this beautiful sunny meadow, and then crisis hits. It happens suddenly when Lily the Lamb's absolute favorite colorful kite gets tangled way up high in the branches of an old apple tree. The source material paints this really vivid picture for us. The kite is swaying gently in the breeze, completely, utterly out of reach. You can just instantly imagine Lily's distress as she cries out, "Oh no, that's my favorite kite!" It's your classic inciting incident. The problem is clear, the stakes, well, at least in Lily's world, are incredibly high, and a solution is desperately needed. And this is right where our protagonist enters the picture. Meet Benny, the brave little bunny. He's got soft white fur, floppy ears, a tiny fluffy tail, the whole adorable package. But here's the thing. He doesn't panic when faced with Lily's crisis. Instead of freezing up or just feeling bad for his friend from the sidelines, Benny steps up. Without a moment's hesitation, he looks up at that huge tree and just says, "I'll help." He embodies that absolutely crucial first step in any emergency. He takes initiative and he owns the problem. Moving right along to part 2, meet the rescue squad. This is where we assemble the specialized team. You see, Benny doesn't just act alone. He asks his friends for ideas, effectively assembling this highly capable task force. First, we have Oliver the Owl, who provides the strategic oversight, cautioning everybody with, "Let's think carefully." Then you've got Sammy the Squirrel, our tactical expert, who enthusiastically volunteers, "I can climb." And whatever you do, please don't overlook Molly the Mouse. She's the resourceful one who actually sources a critical piece of equipment. She finds a long ribbon just lying nearby. Every single member of this team brings a completely different, essential resource to the table. Nobody is redundant here. It's like a perfectly interlocking puzzle. All right, let's jump to part 3, executing the rescue plan. Time to see this teamwork in action. Let's actually break down how these individual strengths converge into a coordinated strategy, because it's pretty brilliant. Step 1, Molly sources the ribbon. Step 2, Sammy, using his natural agility, climbs the tree. Step 3, Benny holds the ribbon steady from the ground, which creates this vital anchor point for Sammy. And finally, step 4, Oliver watches from above, basically acting as the safety officer to ensure everything goes smoothly. Notice how perfectly coordinated this is? And actually, we can't forget Lily. During this whole operation, she's acting as the essential cheering support system, keeping morale super high while the team executes the plan. And all of this seamless coordination leads us straight to the super satisfying climax of the story. With just one gentle tug, whoosh, the kite floats free and lands softly on the grass. I absolutely love this detail. It isn't some chaotic, messy, destructive extraction. Because the team's effort was so thoroughly planned and synchronized, it literally just takes one gentle tug. The crisis is perfectly resolved through targeted, collective action. Now, I want you to notice the profound emotional shift that just went down in the meadow. At first, we had pure individual panic, Lily crying out, "Oh no," when the problem seemed totally insurmountable and she thought she was facing it alone. Contrast that with the collective victory at the end, with everyone shouting, "We did it." The entire dynamic shifted the second the group decided to work together. Because the heavy burden of the problem was shared, the immense joy of the success is shared as well. Which brings us to our final section, part 4, the power of collaboration, or the moral of the meadow. Right after the rescue, Lily runs over, gives Benny a huge hug, and thanks him specifically for saving the day. But listen to how Benny responds. He says, "It wasn't just me. We all helped together." This quote right here, paramount. Benny shows incredible humility. He deflects the individual praise and redirects it right back to the entire team. That is textbook true leadership. He understands that without Molly's ribbon, Sammy's climbing, Oliver's oversight, and Lily's encouragement, that kite would absolutely still be stuck up in those branches. The beautiful aftermath of all this collaboration is just crystal clear. That evening, the friends fly the dancing kite under a gorgeous golden sunset, and it feels brighter than ever before. It's a perfect demonstration of the shared reward of collective effort. The kite isn't just a recovered toy anymore, is it? It's transformed into a literal symbol of their friendship and their successful teamwork. They all put in the hard work, and now they all get to enjoy the fruits of their labor, together. So, the crucial point we arrive at, the big takeaway here, is the moral of the story. Teamwork and kindness can solve almost any problem. What Benny learned that day is that the biggest, most intimidating problems shrink dramatically when they're met with kindness, patience, and a diverse team working toward a common goal. It's a beautifully simple lesson, but man, is it a profoundly effective one. It doesn't matter how old you are, what field you work in, or what kind of tree your proverbial kite is currently stuck in. To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative thought to chew on. Who is in your rescue squad, and what problem will you solve together today? Seriously, I challenge you to apply Benny's collaborative mindset in your own daily life. The next time you face a hurdle, don't just panic in isolation. Look around you. Identify the unique strengths of the people in your life and see what incredible things you can accomplish together. Thank you so much for joining me for this one. Stay focused and keep learning.